Hey guys, welcome back. So today in this video we're gonna talk about technical analysis versus fundamental analysis that it's done in Forex. Okay, and there's a great debate about which type of analysis is better for a trader. Is it better to do a fundamental analysis and then trade, or does the technical analysis get good results? So in this video we're gonna go over some of the differences in between these two types of traders and these two types of analysis, and which pieces of information forex traders in particular tend to look for. Okay, so let's do a quick comparison between technical and fundamental analysis. Okay, so by definition the technical analysis predicts the forecast price movements using chart patterns. Okay, and in fundamental analysis there is various economic data that we use to establish the value of our target or the price. So basically technical analysis is done using charts. However, the fundamental analysis is done through media outlets by keeping your eye out for news and twitters and like everything that can affect every news that can affect the currency of a country. Okay, and in technical analysis we basically consider the price action. However, in fundamental analysis we consider, for any country, we consider inflation, GDP, interest rates, and etc. Okay, so by now you might have got an idea that technical analysis is based mostly on reading your charts. However, the fundamental analysis is based mostly on the news and the media outlets, or anything that is done, or the political situation of the country. So now let's talk about the skills that you require in order to do both analysis. So in order to do technical analysis, what you do is you need your charting skills to be very good. Okay, however, in order to do fundamental analysis you need to be good in your economics and statistical analysis if you want to do fundamental analysis, because those will help you determine which country is in better place than the other. Okay, so first of all let's talk about fundamental analysis. So first step in your fundamental analysis is you have to look for the economic calendars of Forex. Okay, so let me just go ahead and type Forex economic calendar, and when I go to the Forex economic calendar I will be able to see some very important information regarding the Forex or the news that could affect Forex. So here you can see New Zealand on June 15, 345, there's one event that is food inflation year over year. Okay, May, and in the previous year it was 0.7, but this time we have to take this in consideration if we want to take any trade regarding New Zealand currency pair on June 15th, 2021. And here we can see employment change that can affect the Great Britain pound or United Kingdom currency. So we have to look for this news if we want to take any trade on June 15 at around 11 p.m. Okay, so in a similar way you can see all the calendar or the dates that are important for you to consider in order to do your fundamental analysis of any currency pair. Okay, and there are some other things in fundamental analysis that include GDP and CPI, trade balance and central benchmark rate, manufacturing index and producer price index. And so let me show you one by one. Okay, so first of all, for GDP what we have to do is GDP of countries. Okay, and from here we should be able to see different GDPs, and the better the GDP of a country, the better the currency of a country. Okay, and we have to make sure that GDP of that country is improving every year or quarterly, and we should be able to see these information on open source platforms. And the second thing that we have to consider is CPI. Okay, consumer price inflation. So the inflation rate, if the inflation is better than expected, the currency is supposed to be more good for you to take a trade. And We also have to look for trade deficit of countries, that is basically trade deficit. The deficit is basically the difference between imports and exports. Okay, if a country is having more imports and less exports, then the currency of a country will become less strong. So that's why you always have to look for currencies and make sure that trade balance or trade deficit is good, or the exports of country are more than the imports. Okay, that way you will be making sure that the country is growing economically. Okay, now let me go over some of the fun technical analysis on the charts and see how you can determine the price using the technical analysis. So let me just zoom out a little bit. And in any technical analysis, there are basically three zones or three areas that you can find in the chart. The first one is basically the range, in which the price moves sideways and doesn't change a lot. Okay, and the second one is basically the uptrend, in which the price goes bullish and price keeps on increasing like this here. Okay, and the third one is downtrend or bearish, in which the price starts going downward. Okay, and the price is moving lower and lower. So this is basically, here I can see a pattern, and let me just draw a support here. And so this is basically a good support, because you can see the price coming near it and then bouncing back. Okay, so here the price came near it and then bounced back, and again here the price came near it and then bounced back. So if I want to do my fundamental analysis as you can see, during beginning of 2020 the corona hit the world, or even at the end of 2019 the corona was starting to become mainstream. So that affected the price of crude oil. Okay, because there was no country which was importing crude oil, because there was no shipments happening at all because of the fear of corona. So what happened there was the price of crude oil started going downward, and it went that low that at some point it even became negative, as you can see here. Okay, and this is how you can see the impact of a news or anything that is related to the world affecting the price of the CFD. Okay, and same thing happens when, let's say, United States starts giving incentives to people who want to open up businesses that support scientific research, and they charge them less taxes. So what will happen is everybody who is working in scientific field would want to go and open their business in United States. So that way they would need to buy United States dollar, which will make the demand more and the supply will become less, and because of that the price of United States dollar will improve or go upward. So that's how you can also see the fundamental analysis through news and through different decisions or political decisions that take place. Now let's start focusing on the technical analysis. Technical analysis basically involves the patterns and pattern recognition on the price chart, and technical traders look for price patterns such as triangles, flags, and double bottoms. Based on the pattern, a trader will determine entry and exit points. Unlike fundamental traders, a technical trader is not as concerned about why something is moving, because the trend and patterns on the chart are their signals. Okay, they're basically more relying on the chart than on the news or media outlets. So as you can see here, that from, even if we see this chart or judge this chart with the technical analysis, let me just go ahead and draw this. So basically here this is basically a swing pattern that I'm drawing. So here you can see the first swing, and this is basically a second swing, and this is basically the third swing. Now here, okay, now you can see the swings happening here, the first swing, the second swing, and then the price started going downward. So from technical analysis point of view, what has happened here is, you can see the price met this support and went back or reversed back. Okay, bounced back, again it met this support at this level and then bounced back. Okay, but here once it crossed the support, it just gave a minor pullback and started continuing downward. Okay, so from technical analysis we can also see the CFD price moving downward. The main objective of the technical analysis or even the fundamental analysis is how much the price is going to be affected. Okay, and in order to determine that, like how much pips the price is going to move upward or downward. So in order to do that type of analysis, what you have to do is you have to learn advanced technical and fundamental analysis techniques, which we have gone over in our channel. So make sure to check out the price action playlist in our channel, and you can also visit our website www.forexb.co in order to learn more about fundamental and technical analysis. I hope you liked this video. If you have any questions, please comment down below and I would love to answer them. And also please make sure to hit the subscribe and like button so that you can get our updates of our upcoming videos. See you guys in the next video. Thank you.